Hi everyone, meteorologist Robert Speta here with today's, Yagi update going from the 10th into the 11th of June 2013. Today we are talking about how this storm is going to be impacting Japan here, what it is right now as far as organization, and what it is going to be coming here in the next several days. Well, let's talk about what it is right now. Now, actually, here on the satellite imagery, it did look like an eye formed up and very quickly just kind of wrapped around. I don't even know if you want to call this an eye or more or less just a banding of the circulation here. Take a look at one of the imageries, still imageries from earlier today, and we can see that eye. Now, if that is the case, winds would be right around 64 to 65 knots in the center of circulation, but from the official stance from the Japan Meteorological Agency, even if this did quick intensification, it did weaken back off. Now, right now, let's actually click this here at the Tropical Information Center, 83 gusting to 120 kilometers per hour. It actually is expected to increase intensity. Let's take a look at Tuesday evening. This is 11th of June, 8 p.m. It expects to get up to 93 kilometers per hour, winds of 130 kilometers per hour. But then, as we click ahead here, it quickly and dramatically weakens off here at 30 kilometers per hour. That's an error, 0 kilometers per hour. But anyways, point is, it is going to encounter a dramatic amount of vertical wind shear out here. If we take a look actually at the infrared imagery and pull up the shear chart, we can see that up here is about 40 to 50 knots. Once it starts to work its way into here, and this is also have cooler sea surface temperatures in this area, you're going to see this quickly fall apart. Now, that is part of the rainy season front. And one thing I want to mention is that on Tuesday, even if you are watching this on Tuesday and you're across most of Japan, you're probably seeing some rain showers. Let's take a look ahead here from the European model. You see some of those showers push onshore. Now that is the tropical system farther down here towards the south, but as it pushes north, it's going to lift that front north. Also, this is going to drag some moisture out of it. And if we look ahead into Wednesday, you start to see those showers near the coastal areas. And actually, this is by Tuesday afternoon. You can really see that enhancement here of the tropical system down there towards the south. So I think actually on Tuesday, across much of the Pacific coast of Japan, even though the storm is still offshore, this is when you're going to see the heaviest rain showers, the risk of moderate showers, even from thunderstorms here. As it does continue to push off there, though, and that shear starts to interact, we will start to see it really weaken out by Wednesday, and that's when it goes down to that tropical depression. But it's still that risk of moisture inflow off here on the East Coast, and some of the models pick up on this, and some, well, don't. This is actually the GFS model at the same time here, and you can see that really bulk of moisture is still remaining offshore. European, I do trust more because it's higher res, but the fact is, you're just going to be seeing those light to moderate showers near the coast. The Ogasawara Islands and the Izu Islands, on the other hand, you can be seeing about 4-meter high waves, possibility of some tropical storm strength winds as the storm does continue to kick up the seas. Here is showing off what should be between 30 to 40 knots. And really in the west side of it, if you're in Kyushu, you probably won't even know this storm's off there towards the east, because lots of dry air inflow out here is going to keep the system at bay on the western side of it. Also, it's becoming more extratropical, if you want to call it extratropical. With a low pressure center here, the bulk of the moisture off here towards the east, and actually it does kind of look like a cold front setting up here with the veering of the winds. We're going to actually see a cool down of temperatures here across much of western Japan as we go through the day on Tuesday. But then this is going to start to pump warmer air back in on Wednesday, and it's going to warm back up. So with that said, here's the model consensus. Most of them expecting it to continue to weaken just off the coastline here. Let's take a look at the Westpac weather idea here. You can also find that at the Tropical Information Center. This is just showing the JMA track. Actually, you can pull up JTWC as well, which they actually keep it a little bit farther off the coast. And then as we scroll down, that is where the Western Pacific weather track will be. So I just updated this recently. Still, you have to put it on the webpage, but just showing it here, tropical storm intensity gradually weakening it off before just off the coastline there. The rainy season front still bringing those heavy showers across southeastern China. We actually wrote an article on that today. Portions of Fujian, Guangdong province, you could see about 250 millimeters of rainfall. Also around Chonging, you saw serious flooding this past week. Even though if you're not getting hit by Yagi here, you still could be seeing some rough weather out there towards the west. But really the end case, if you are here on the Pacific coast, you're going to be seeing that risk of some gusty winds near the shorelines. High waves, 2 to 3 meters high, very well possible. A quick look from the WW3 model does show those waves coming ashore. This is upwards about 12 feet right near the coastlines. The Ogasawara Islands, like I said, you're definitely going to see the worst of it, and then it's going to gradually taper off. And also the heavy rainfall, will moderate to heavy rainfall at times. The main problem is going to be its persistency, because that low will be lingering just off the coastline. And one more thing as we continue to watch Yagi, the tropics, well, it's the mid part of June almost, and things are getting active, because take a look at the nav gem. In the Philippine Sea, we're watching an area. and also into the South China Sea, possibly 2 areas developing by next week. And European model actually really picks up on this quite strongly there off Henan, pushing off towards Vietnam. GFS not so much, but we want to continue to keep a close eye on this, especially if you're out there in Hong Kong and Guangdong, Fujian province. These areas are the ones I'm talking about. They've been hit by that serious flooding. You do not want any more rainfall. This area, even if it does become a tropical depression, is going to be hitting those BOFA-stricken areas, which they're still recovering from Typhoon BOFA in December. So this coming weekend, I guess at the very least, in putting in general term on it, could become interesting because of Yagi, well, still dissipating out here, area out here, and eventually making its way off there towards the west, and, well, that area there in the South China Sea. But that is all for right now, everybody. Thanks again for watching here at westernpacificweather.com. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please post them in the comment box below. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and Twitter at Western Pacific Weather or Westpac Weather, and hit the subscribe annotation because we like our subscribers and all that. So stay safe out there, everybody, and have a great day. Bye.